is special, as we will be witnessing the Investiture Ceremony 2022-23. It is almost a ritualistic procedure that we adhere to every year. I proudly announce the gracious presence of Mr. Vinay Pandey, former headmaster of the Lawrence School, Sanar, as the chief guest of the evening. Thank you, sir. Before we start the proceeding, it is customary for us to seek the blessing of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of learning, wisdom, and artistic finesse. I request our principal, sir, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Sinha, to accompany Mr. Vinay Pandey for the lamp lighting ceremony.
May Ma Saraswati accept our profound invocation and grant unto us our ardent wish of removing all hindrances that stall our progressive stance. May the goddess, from her celestial sphere of eternal knowledge and wisdom, kindle the graceful spark of wisdom within the deepest folds of our individual consciousness to dispel darkness of ignorance and strife that plague our lives. Thank you, sirs.
Now we have a welcome song titled Man Ki Veena by a school choir. Thank you.
Next in line is a welcome dance, Sri Hari Stotram, by a distinguished troupe of dancers from the junior and middle school.
जगज्जालपालं गजद्वन्द्वमालं शरच्चन्द्र
Thank you, girls. I now invite Mohak for the welcome address.
Good evening to all. I once again welcome Mr. Vinay Pandey, the chief guest of our Investiture ceremony 22-23. Mr. Vinay Pandey dedicated himself to teaching after his post-graduation in MSc Organic Chemistry from Lucknow University. His career in the teaching profession is celebrated and contoured by the benchmark achievements. His first assignment as headmaster was with Sarla Birla Academy, where he served from November 2003 till March 2006. His tenure at the Sarla Birla Academy gave him a head start, and in 2013 he joined the Doon School as senior deputy headmaster, where he served till April 2016. In May the same year, he became the headmaster of the Lawrence School, Sanar. He completed his service duration at the school and retired from there in 2019. His illustrious career as an education administrator par excellence is a great source of inspiration for us. Sir, we feel honored and indebted by your august presence on this momentous occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mohak. Now we have the much awaited induction ceremony of the members of the prefectorial body who have been elected through vote. It is appropriate to list out the names of the members of the student council and their responsibilities. Harsh Raj has the responsibility of head boy of the school. Harsh joined the school in 2015. I won't be wrong if I say that this school is like a second home to him. He is motivated and determined enough to take the responsibility of his second home, the Indian public school.
Urja Meena is the new head girl. Urja joined the school in 2016 and has shown a remarkable academic result as well as excellent in co-curricular and extracurricular performance.
Next up we have Rishabh Meena. The school activity captain has outstanding programming and presentation skills as well as event management skills.
The school sports captainship is with Aryan Kush. Aryan Kush joined the school in 2018. From that very year, he has been an active sportsman. He is also leading our school's soccer team.
Ankit Kumar, the captain of Aravali House, joined the school in 2013 and has commendable motivating and leadership qualities. He also possesses organizational excellence and management skills.
Next we have Siddharth, the Nilgiri House captain. Siddharth has been the part of IPS family from last 1 year. In that 1 year, he has shown deep interest in co-curricular and extracurricular activities, which makes him a perfect leader of his house.
Ritikam Bhardwaj, the captain of Shivalik House, has been an active student in every field, be it sports or extracurricular. He is a perfect role model for all the Shivalikians.
Next up, we have Akaito Yaptami, the house captain of Vindhyachal House. Joining us last year, Akaito has been an epitome of discipline and respectfulness. He has also shown high interest in his house affairs. Now we have oath-taking ceremony. May I request Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Sinha, Principal of the Indian Public School, to administer the oath of office to the newly elected office bearers.
Good afternoon, sir. I, in the name of God, in all solemnity, do affirm to abide by the rules and regulations of the school. I shall uphold noble virtues of honesty, fair play, benevolence, and truthfulness. I shall ever strive to conscientiously shoulder the responsibilities reposed unto me and discharge duties of my office with utmost care and diligence. I shall ever remain loyal to the school and its policies that are aimed at the furtherance of our endeavor of learning and gaining knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
After the oath, we have the equally important badge pinning ceremony and presentation of sachets. I request the Honorable Chief Guest to solemnize the event. I also request Sanjeev sir to accompany him.
First, we have Aravali House. I invite Ankit Kumar to come forward and receive his badge.
Next we have Siddharth Kumar, the Nilgiri House Captain. I request you to do the honors.
I now invite Ritikam Bharadwaj of Shivalik House to come forward and receive his badge.
The captain of Vindhyachal House, Akaito Yaptami, is ready for his badge.
Now I call upon Aryan Kush, sports captain, to step forward and receive his badge.
I invite Rishabh Meena, the activity captain, to come forward and receive his badge.
Now Urja Meena is requested to come forward and receive her badge.
The grand finale of the induction ceremony ends with Harsh, head boy, who is invited to come forward and receive his badge. Thank you, sir.
When responsibility is invested to an office with trust, the person's vision is important in sustaining the promise made. May I call upon Urja Meena to share her views at this point of time.
Good evening to one and all. This is indeed a momentous occasion as I stand before you with my newly reposed responsibility as the head girl of the school. The elation came with a spark soon to be transformed into the solemnity of thought and realization of responsibility of a higher order. I have been envisioning the happenings in the timeline, and I am encouraged to say that the activities listed in calendar will be held on time and to the best of our satisfaction. The occasion demands that I should also well out my thoughts and feelings at this point in time when I'm experiencing a catharsis of change and express my deep felt gratitude to my friends, teachers and Sanjeev sir for providing me this opportunity and platform to unfold this innate potential that Lord God has endowed me with. I assure everybody that I will do my best and discharge my duties with diligence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Urja.
Next, I call upon Harshraj, the head boy, to share his thoughts with us at this juncture.
Good evening to one and all present here. As a student of class 12th Humanities and in my newfound capacity of a head boy, I feel satisfied with my performance over a period of time. But with this satisfaction comes a new thought that impresses upon me, to be much more responsible. I wish to confess that without the support of our principal sir, my friends and the teachers who take so much care of us, I would not have been able to take up the responsibility. I would like to say that I will discharge my duties honestly and willingly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harsh.
The important ceremony is solemnized in presence of our honorable chief guest, Mr. Vinay Pandey. May I request your honorable self to share your thoughts with us.
Respected Principal Mr. Sinha, members of staff, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everyone. I think it's a very special day for the school and a very special day in the lives of these young, budding leaders who have been entrusted with the responsibility of leading the school. And I think this is the beginning of another journey in their life. This has been often debated whether leadership is innate, inborn, or acquired. Personally, I feel certain traits of leadership are inborn, but lot more can be acquired with age and experience. In my view, one of the most important hallmarks of a good leader is that a good leader leads by example. A good leader is compassionate and caring. A leader may influence, impress people by the mere speech they make. But the real impact comes when the leader gets down to doing the work, puts into practice what she or he preaches. I think another important hallmark of a leader is integrity. A good leader is honest and has high moral values. I often ask my students, do you really understand what is integrity? And one can pick up a dictionary and find several meanings for the term integrity. But something which impresses me the most to define integrity is to do what you are supposed to be doing even when nobody is watching you. I think that is integrity. Many of us must have seen people who have this knack of being at the right place at the right time in front of the right people to show how hardworking, sincere they are. But the moment the important person or the persons go away, the integrity disappears. To use my chemical term, it's very volatile for them. But if you are really a person of a high integrity, it really doesn't matter who is watching you or whether somebody is watching you or not. You continue doing what you are expected to do. A good leader needs to be empathetic. Now here you must understand the difference between sympathy and empathy. When you try to understand somebody's situation, but have your own perspective to define it, decide it, and analyze it, that is, you are looking at sympathy. Empathy is when you look at somebody else's situation by slipping into that person's shoes and looking at that situation from that person's point of view, from that person's perspective. That is empathy. And a true leader, a good leader, should have abundance of empathy. And empathy is really immaterial if the leader is not a good listener. Here again, I would like to distinguish between two important words, listening and hearing. Now, when you take on these responsibilities, a student comes to you and is trying to tell you a problem that she or he is facing. But you are looking somewhere else, you are busy in your own work. You are hearing. You may hear what the person is saying, but that doesn't qualify to be listening. Listening is when you are paying full attention to what is being said or told. The empathy only comes when you listen to somebody. Eye contact is an important aspect of listening. So I think you should be a good listener. And at the same time, a good leader should be an excellent communicator. You may have wonderful ideas, you may have great initiative, but you also need to have verbal and non-verbal communication skills in order to influence and lead the group of students. And finally, my advice to this new team: you have been reposed with this responsibility of leading the school team. There is always a strong bond between the school management and you, and that bond is trust. The school has trusted and handed over these responsibilities to you. And I quote the famous poet Rahim, who once said, "Rahiman धागा प्रेम का मत तोड़ो चिटकाए, टूटे से फिर ना जुड़े, जुड़े गांठ पड़ जाए." The school, like I said, has reposed trust on you. Do not get into anything by virtue of your speech or act which leads to breaking of this trust. The breaking of this trust is like breaking of that thread, the cord, the bond. You may tie a thread by putting a knot across. No matter how much you refine the knot, the feeling, if you move your hand across the thread, the knot will always be felt. So it's my advice to you, it's a big responsibility on your shoulders, young shoulders, but it's a challenging opportunity for you to be the future leaders. I wish to convey my best wishes to the entire team. I also take this opportunity to convey my best wishes to the principal, the members of staff and the students of the school, and I look forward to visiting you all sometime again in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't worry, I'm not coming back to speak again.
Thank you, sir.
I request Sanjeev sir to present a memento to our honorable guest.
A scintillating finish to the event is only complete with a vote of thanks. I invite Principal Sir to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, respected chief guest. First of all, I thank you for visiting us, blessing our students, inspiring with your kind words. On behalf of the school management committee, students and staff, and on my own behalf, I am extremely thankful to Mr. Vinay Pandey, former headmaster of the Lawrence School, Sanava, for gracing the event. I am happy to say that the ceremony was solemnized in his presence. Thank you, sir, for coming and inspiring the students. I also extend my thanks to the members of the organizing committee who had been interested for the conduct of the ceremony. I also wish to thank all those who contributed their might while remaining in the background in order to make the event successful. All the newly elected office bearers, students and staff have their equal share of contribution towards resounding finish of this important event. Thank you. Once again, thank you, sir, for coming here.
Thank you, sir.
Kindly rise for the national anthem.